Nice. Blessed love, love and light. I said like. Right. We are here once again, another episode of We Don't Give a
Sip.
Nice. So we're gonna continue the conversation as last week. And before we do such, I'm gonna introduce the guest one time. In fact, he's no guest. Once you enter this place
One
once,
time, that's it.
that is it. You turn family. You are no guest again. Right? We're not guessing again. It's family. What? On the YouTube? Dev, on YouTube? Yes, you on YouTube. Check for the live and see. Right, so we're on YouTube and we're on social media, on Facebook. Right?
Right.
We don't give a sip.
Mm-hmm.
She get on YouTube. Right, nice.
Yeah.
So let's share the page, share the live. We're going to talk money.
Money,
Right?
money, money.
We're going to talk generational wealth.
Well,
All right? And before we do that, um,
let me just say welcome to everybody. And as soon as you come on, just tag someone and share the information. We are both on Facebook and YouTube. So on YouTube, we look for We Don't Give a Sip. And on Facebook, We Don't Give a Sip. Right?
nice.
We want to be very interactive. So send your comments. As Creed said, we're
Yes.
talking money.
So we still have, well, again, family now. We have Justin Stewart on the panel this evening. And as I say, we're going to talk about money. And before we do such, we like to do random conversation. And that's a segment that we do. We did it last week and we're going to do it again this week. And I pretty much want to highlight, so ironic we're talking money. I saw this article posted on social media. And I'm just going to read the intro of the article. The announcement on June 30th, 2025 by IDB Invest to subscribe to 250 million in social bonds issued by T&T Mortgage Bank Limited, TTMB, in partnership with Republic Bank marks the first time in the Caribbean such financing is targeting women, specifically women. Right? So they're looking.
There's three entities I mentioned there.
Right. So the IDB, which is the Inter-American Development Bank, they are investing 250 million towards the TTMB. Well, you know them as mortgage. They deal with housing, property, and
Right.
that kind of stuff. Alongside with the bank, obviously, based on you gain access to loans and so forth. Right. They are going to IDB is investing 250 million to help low-income women.
Okay, why
So-
why specifically women?
Right. Well, IDB basically look at projects. Based on my research, they look at projects that deal with women, they target women, right? And specifically, it's basically whereby most times when it comes to women, any organization that women centric basically get more attention than those that are men centric, right? Same way with insurance, we pay more. we, we pay more, women pay less. You understand? So the thing is it now, one of the things that I'm concerned about with this is there's something called gender oh gosh. It deals with I think it's gender washing or something like that. Basically what it means is basically saying that whereby they use is like a product that they had before that they then target women to get the attention of it, but the woman then really get the benefit of it, if you understand. So they use the woman as the PR to get it out there, but then when people start to attract it, it's just one or two people gonna get it. Not really something to bring about
Okay.
big change. That's just my although that's my personal concern.
Okay, so it's a marketing strategy then.
I'm not saying that.
I just asked him.
I'm not saying it's a marketing strategy, but since that we were talking money, I found
Right.
this very much interesting in regards to where we look at generational wealth, and it shows where, as men, when we look at that from a holistic value point of view. Whereas when it comes to some ideologies of women, is basically for what I could get, and where where minds is concerned. So, since that we into talking about generational wealth, and again, the first question, and again for the guys who on the live, or let's share the live, as well as place all your comments, all your comment on, ask all the questions, I should say, rather, and let we get something going. Let's be interactive. It's like a clean forget how we're going to the future. Oh, okay. Yeah. So, Justin, how was the week, boy?
This was a good week, you know. This was a good week, yeah.
Like, you get some big plans, man.
I had some time this week to intermingle with some of my peers in Trinidad.
Okay.
Just sit and have some discussions on how to build on the career and stuff like that. So
Okay.
it was a really good week. Apart from that, boy, any day I have life, I good enough.
Hey, no, for real, you know.
Wonderful.
For real. That is the, and we're just talking till, people come on the live. That is one of the things that I pretty much, she could tell you. I basically in that zone. And many times, take your time. Duck. Pass. Daddy in the back.
Good afternoon.
Close the door. Yeah. So, yeah, is that trend is the state that I'm in right now. And I just listen to Guru a lot. And he was talking about, inner peace and and actually I have something I just have rotating in the car, on loop. Pretty much talking about inner peace and thing. And one of the points that he was making is that peace is a fundamental thing. It's not something, it's not a set goal.
Yeah.
You get some people say, my goal is to be at peace.
Yeah.
And if you're trying to attempt that, it's because, as he was saying, you're going to be in pieces, looking for peace.
Yeah.
You understand? So basically, my thing is that I would have gathered that based on the things that I would have been through, the experiences.
Okay.
Well, you hear the songs that I just write.
Right, yeah.
So pretty much that ties into the music, and now being an upcoming author. Yes. Dev,
Book on the
I write a book, boy. I write a book. I was writing a book for approximately about 13 years now. It's actually just over the weekend. I finished the last chapter. Yeah, finished the last chapter. So, soon come you go get some books to read.
Yeah.
That book basically was my life experiences, It's the title Thanks to the Other Woman. Right? So that could be an interesting take.
I want to ask you to explain that title, but I don't know if you want to.
When the book come on,
Yeah, we will save that for
all right.
a little closer to the
Yeah.
time.
Okay.
can anybody
Yeah.
I tell it
I was like, what?
Yeah.
tell the title be like, what? You're married and you're saying thanks to
Yeah,
another
that-
woman? You're looking to get a face boss? But it's basically, there's a subtitle that basically say for men who know and for women to understand.
Right, okay.
You understand? So basically an expression from a man's heart or a man's perspective
Yeah.
as to what he experienced with the other woman.
Yeah.
You understand? And that other woman do get wax is it could be your mom, your sister,
Right.
woman in your job, the workplace. Yeah. Various. So it could be an interesting take on a man's perspective. And as one girl was telling me sometime, it was that she find her sensitive. I say, well, I try to do the opposite of what my father used to do. And is that many of us as men, I know this is not the conversation we're supposed to be having now, but
We're flowing on.
there are a lot of secrets that men tend to hold to themselves.
Right.
They don't want to divulge anything, not even to their significant other.
Yeah.
And because they figure that if she know that pain or what you're going through or what you're feeling, is that she may not know what to do with it. That is why some women take it to believe that guy love their guy friends more than they love their wives.
I hear that a lot.
You understand? And the only reason why is, and I could say to some extent that could be true, right? But it's basically your guy friend ain't gonna judge you.
Yeah.
Whereas
He understands.
exactly he understand where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Because he live in a man's life. Right? But a woman is not living a man's life. So when you're able to express that to your brethren and your brethren say, "Man, where you coming from, man?"
A woman can't say that.
I know that pain, but a woman can't say that.
Yeah.
You understand? So when they know you try to relate that to your significant other, she can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
She can't say nothing to it. She don't know how to encourage. And that is what the second book that I have writing, well, actually almost finished. I'm just editing it right now. Is basically quality man, quality woman.
Okay.
So looking for both the quality in each other.
Right.
And what we could able to, well, the subtitle is The Road to a Balanced Relationship.
Okay.
So you remember we have this whole diversity with gender now.
Yeah.
Whereby you have about how much genders you have existing in the world now.
Yeah.
And there is a battle between man and woman where it becomes a versus situation.
Yeah.
You understand? And I try to bring, kind of contribute to that conversation more so to bring balance.
Okay.
It shouldn't be a versus situation. Right? I always tend to say that is a European ideology whereby women have this whole movement where they're independent and so forth, where they still want the tradition, but when it comes to the aspect of the man protecting her, but yet still tell she, hey, nah, you can't do that, you can't. So
a problem there.
yeah, a problem with that. You understand? So they want the tradition where the chivalry, all of that, but only to a certain degree,
So it's
whereby
like having a cake and eating it too.
yeah. So that's basically what it is. So I see nobody come on the live yet. You see anything on my
I
phone?
didn't see anything on the YouTube either.
Or you on YouTube?
Yeah.
Okay, let me share again.
Well, I was trying to share. I'm trying to figure out how to share. Come on, this as well.
Well, you could just share the link to the page. That is most you could do. Remember.
But I'm not even seeing that option though.
See.
If I begin.
Forward. Come on the live. You're asking me for what kind of thing? Come on the live. This is Yanni. Right, so yeah, that is just a little conversation. Soon come we go dive into more of them things. Right?
You seen on yours?
There are 3 people. All right.
Somebody liking. Hey guys, all come on the live. Come on the live. Right. I need it was to refresh. Suppose the 3 people is me. Right. You see, no, I don't want nobody miss the information that we have because, as I say, we're talking about generational wealth.
Yeah.
And I won't see you live. Just now. All right. Send me back the YouTube link. Let me send shit to the YouTube.
Well, I wasn't getting it off of YouTube. I go on Facebook.
No, it's the YouTube link. Right here. Share here. And I put that there.
Went back out.
Yeah. The X below was supposed to come off.
Okay.
Send it. We'll send. Alright. We'll send you. I'll spell out YouTube for she. Because she ain't gonna know what is YT.
This is what you're talking about.
Yani. Send it.
I'll send it to...
Yeah. So. Where's send it?
Oh, right. Let me send it to G.
Send it to G.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Right, nice. So let me go back on the Facebook now. Right, so nice. So we're live. Good. So we're talking about generational wealth, right? So the question we want to ask right now, because we want to be for an hour, right? What is generational wealth? based on all your understanding, based on what you all would have researched, gathered,
Yeah.
what do you all think is generational wealth? And we could have the discussion from there, and then we're going to jump into the real topic with annuity.
That's all.
And a boy going to deal with what you have to deal with in regards to where that is concerned. So, what is all your thoughts? Nancy, you want to start?
All right, well, for me, when I think generations, I think a handing down
Mm-hmm.
of something, right? And I believe generational wealth is, being able to pass down to your generation and your generation after that, a continuous flow of finances or wealth within, well, a family or a specific circle
Yeah.
or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which I think is very necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember us talking about people not being able to manage money, and you might have the money and you think, well, okay, yeah, I'm rich because I have money, but you didn't know how to
Yeah.
disperse and how to invest, and as soon as it comes, it goes, right? And after that, you have children coming up, and then they have to go through the struggle now on their own to try to, accumulate their own wealth, and they don't have anything to start with,
Yeah.
So, yeah, for me, generational wealth is just being able to pass on
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
continuous flow of.
Yeah, so I want to agree with that. I would say it's also the passing down of assets,
Mhm.
the passing down of discipline,
Correct.
the passing down of information
Knowledge.
that could help to maintain and multiply what was passed down.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, because we could pass things on and they get blown away.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But if we pass on information, we pass on certain disciplines because the information might change, right, based on the generation you're in.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Things
Correct.
could modify. But if you have a certain discipline or certain attitudes that are passed on, then they could take that and channel that into
Yeah.
building wealth from there.
Nice.
And yeah, and in as much as we may be talking like finances, like physical money, you
Yeah.
have to understand that information and knowledge is wealth
Yeah.
as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that I like about generational wealth is legacy, right? And I tend to talk about legacy a lot because of the fact that I believe in you see a man's name,
Yeah.
you see a man's name.
Yeah.
That one of the things that I would have admired with Mr. Andy and his family, right? And seeing what they would have done, passing it on, and I'm talking about the legacy of music.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they pass it on to the niece and the nephews, and how they don't then now taking it and then passing it on to their children, and we seen in real time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Because when we would have started, all of us would have, well, with his niece and nephew would have started around the same time where music is concerned,
Yeah.
and growing within the music, our children now come into play.
Yeah.
And we're seeing in real time where our children now following suit that same trend, and so forth. So when it comes to legacy is something that a man truly do not play with,
Yeah.
and is something that that your children then gonna live by. It becomes law
Yeah.
for that lineage. You understand? They would realize that, all right, that they would have invested so by so, he would have done this, he would have done that. And you would have seen it a lot with the sub guys. You see it with a lot of the the Babwan sings.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you trying to figure out how they able to get their children, because what? When you would have seen, when they go to these places, when they just started, you're seeing this little girl by the kasha, seeing this little boy by the kasha,
Yeah.
and thing.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah.
thinking that, then thing.
Yeah.
No, but then no, guess what? You know who Babwan sing right now?
Yeah.
The daughter. Right?
Oh,
The daughter. So the thing is, we when it comes to generational wealth, I like what I see, the information, the not just passing on the money, but hey, what do you do when you get this wealth? And I think last week we make reference to that with the Rockefellers versus the Vanderbilts. When the Vanderbilts, after a couple generation, the money dead.
Yeah.
There are no more money.
Yeah.
But the Rockefellers, then they were able to pass on their wealth from generation to generation to generation. At this juncture, they are at their 100th
Yeah. Yeah.
generation, and they still have
Yeah.
money.
Yeah.
They're still one of the most powerful
Yeah.
family in America. So when we talk about this now, one of the things that I really appreciate us having this conversation or allowed to have this conversation is basically saying to our own people,
Yeah.
right, that here what we need to start being proactive
Proactive. Yeah.
in towards creating wealth
Yeah.
for next generation.
As you're
Yeah.
talking, that the visual came to me, right? So, if the three of us have the same blueprint for a building, right? If we had that blueprint in 19 before lights,
Right.
right? Whenever, right? But the three of us have that blueprint,
Yeah.
right? If then all of us are going to build the same house, same specifications, the same structure, same foundation, everything
Right.
is going to be the same.
Right.
Right? Now, generational wealth is sort of like that. It's passing on the blueprint. Right? It's passing on the blueprint. But I spoke about earlier passing down attitude and information,
Right.
discipline, right? Passing down patterns.
Correct.
So that even if the equipment you might use to build the house, even if that might change, right? Even if instead of using lamp because of the time period you're in or the generation you're in now,
Yeah.
we're using lights,
Correct.
right? So it's passing on the blueprint on how to build
Build.
the thing,
Yeah.
but also having the discipline to continue learning,
Yeah.
you know, to modify it.
Yeah.
Ah, keyword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Now, as you rightfully say, by modifying it now, then now you could able to strengthen the originators
Yeah.
Yeah.
based on
Correct.
name.
Yeah.
And as most Africans would say, you strengthen your ancestors, right? So one of the things that we really would have seen in our space, and I'm talking about Tobago society, is whereby we tend to operate on the basis of trying to hold on to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see, because in order for you to modify something, you have to have something. But if nothing is passed on and you don't have anything,
Yeah.
there's nothing for you to modify.
Exactly.
There's nothing for you to build on.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
So that is one of the things that that we have been seeing
Yeah.
in Tobago society, and it really plaguing our generations to come,
yeah.
right? Because now you're having your children now thinking, Lord, Daddy not give me nothing,
Yeah.
Mommy not pass on
Yeah.
nothing. So that means I had to start from ground zero.
And it's a mindset, even in the insurance industry,
Mhm.
right? When you talk to some people about taking out a policy,
Yeah.
they will tell you, my children go figure it out. Are you kidding me?
Ooh.
Are
Yeah.
you kidding
That is
me?
crazy.
My children
So
go figure it
you
out.
have the information. You see how hard it was for you to even
Yeah.
figure it out for yourself.
Yeah.
Now you get it. So instead of making it easier for them,
Mhm.
you're like, okay, I have to do and I figure it out. You go figure it out.
Yeah.
Where,
that is not
where that came from, though?
Mm-mm.
I'm trying to understand where did that came from. Dave, you're older than me. Where that came? Where?
I thought you were supposed to.
Yeah.
I thought the Bible even talk about that leaving
leaving,
legacy,
yeah.
Legacy.
leaving
Yeah.
something.
Leaving something
Yeah.
because I'm trying to figure out for the devil and the God in me. I'm trying to figure out
Yeah.
since when we operate with this selfish mentality of having to, hey, they go figure it out,
There you go.
right?
Yeah.
And you're having your children. I don't know what is this situation whereby I suffer, I work hard and
Yeah.
thing. So they might do the same thing. What?
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought me getting to know it and
Yeah.
understand it now means I'm supposed to make it easier
Easier,
for
mhm.
my children.
Yeah.
Why my children have to work double time? Right? Now, I got this from what do you call him? A Sikh?
Chic. Yeah.
Sheikh?
Yeah.
Right. That is in Dubai. The guy who
Right.
actually would have created Dubai.
Yeah.
Well, you know Dubai is in the desert.
Yeah. You're
Right? So the man who created that, I would call it a country now.
Right.
Right? He started off rearing camels. Right? He was herding camels. That's how he started off. By doing that, he be able to accumulate wealth, he be able to build wealth and things. And he said, oh, my son's gonna get it.
Yeah.
the grandson gonna get it, right? The great grandson gonna get it.
Yeah.
But you see, when you reach to the great grandson, no, he had to go back to rearing animals. So if you understand the concept of what he's saying, it's okay. I work hard.
Yeah.
My son not gonna work hard.
Yeah.
His son ain't gonna work hard,
Yeah.
and his son ain't gonna work hard.
Yeah.
But you see, when you reach to the fifth generation, all they had to work hard. So in other words, now to remind their family lineage of what it is to reach to where we would have would have accumulated. Here, what all I need to get back the knowledge.
Yeah.
So even though it may not be actually rearing camel, but understand the concept or the, as you rightfully said, the
Because
blueprint.
things would have changed, yeah.
You understand the blueprint?
So you could modify from.
So you could modify it.
And
So
it might be hard because it's a new thing.
yeah. So the thing is that now, saying that and understanding that, I'm realized that hey, we don't even reach the fifth generation.
Yeah.
From the time the son born, okay, testimony here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm the only son of my father.
Right.
Guess what he do? He take the whole house. Me build it. Right? Well, me and my wife build it.
Yeah.
Right? And he take it. So why they end up in a situation, why we put ourselves, and I'm talking about Tobago society, we need to break that mold. Right? We need to break that mindset. And I will call that slavery mindset.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where you're bound to your assets and bound to your in my case, when I reach your 80s and your 90s, is that it becomes liability.
Yeah.
Because it's no longer anywhere to you. You there close to your bed. Right? You there close for me to be burying you.
Things should be in order.
You understand? So things supposed to be in order.
Yeah.
Because guess what? If you don't put it in order, the bank taking it. Because the $1 million that you have in the bank, right? You never put it in no insurance. You never put it in no whole life insurance to say pass on to somebody. Guess what the bank gonna do? Guess what the insurance company gonna do?
Yeah.
They're gonna take that.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna leave that money there link. And once they put out a notice, say somebody whoever to claim this, whatever the case may be, you have to show, and obviously you have to show proof to claim that money. And you can't claim it, they take it. You understand? So this is something that we, as a people and being a part of society, try to bring some positive change to the space.
Yeah, for sure.
To continue the conversation. Now we're talking about annuity. What is annuity?
Simply put, an annuity is systematic savings for retirement. Simply put.
Okay.
Right? You put aside a certain amount every month.
Right.
It grows, and then you use that to pay yourself a pension every month.
Oh.
Yeah.
So. That sounds like a unit trust fund. It sounds like a unit trust fund. So when you put that in
monthly, you could put monthly, yearly, semi-annual.
Is that lump sum?
No, you could do like the lowest in my company is $300 a month.
Okay.
Right, $300 a month. Put that aside every month. We project that it grows at a 2% interest rate every year.
Okay.
That's what we project because we like to project low,
Right.
and if it pay out high, it pay out high.
Okay.
People can come and cost for that.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I understand that.
We try to project low and pay out high.
Right.
And it grows at a rate of interest, and then based on how much is in there, it calculates how much is going to pay you every month. So you get a payment every single month for the rest of your life.
Okay.
After how much?
The longest we go up to is 60, but you could set when you
want
to start receiving. Yeah?
Oh, okay.
Most people set around 60, 65.
Right.
Based on my experience. Right.
Okay, so
if you start at age 45.
Yeah. If you start at age 45, well, it's always better to start younger. Right? Money needs time to grow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Money needs time to grow. And the beauty about this is, anything that promises you something too fast, too quick, look at it a little.
Yeah, fishy.
Yeah, look at it a little bit more carefully. Right? But your annuity, it takes time. It takes time to build it. And there is a printout, a quotation that actually shows you how it's going to grow based on the figures that's there. That could change because there are policies where you can make lump sum deposits and stuff into it.
Okay, cool. That makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so what is the difference between that and a variable a fixed variable and index and an annuity.
Right. So you have fixed variable index. So your fixed annuity is where the interest rate is fixed, the amount you're putting in is fixed, so that the return that you're gonna get is going to be fixed.
Oh,
So
Okay.
it's going to be something constant.
Okay, so you
Okay.
know what to
You
expect.
know exactly what you're going to
Okay,
get. Right?
okay.
Variable is where you might change how much you're putting in. The interest rate could fluctuate. So the fix would be like the whole life
Okay.
with the cash value.
Right,
Where you
right.
can actually see what's guaranteed.
What's guaranteed? Right, right.
The variable would be where it may go up, it may go,
May
down,
go down.
based on the interest rate. And the indexed, it's a mixture of the two.
Okay.
Right? So
okay.
what you're putting in is protected, but the return on the investment might it might fluctuate.
Might fluctuate.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So basically, where those products are concerned in regards to speaking to insurance, those are investments. Those could consider as investments.
Definitely. It's considered an investment because, well, you get a ROI.
A
Right?
return, right.
You must get a return on your investment. Yeah, so it's considered. Yeah.
Okay. No, the reason why I asked about the investment part, right? And linking it back to generational wealth,
Yeah.
which is our total or overall topic, right? Is that sometimes people think that they have to have big money to start an investment. Now, this kind of like create an opportunity
Yeah.
for the man who work in CPEP,
Definitely.
the man who work in URP,
Yeah.
right? Because you say now you could start as low as $300 and you have big returns
Yeah.
on that investment of $300, right? So the thing is, it now we people just tend to want to look at investment, and when they hear investment, they run because
Yeah.
of the fact that they think they
it's
want to
big
deal
money.
with bonds,
No.
they're dealing with
No.
stocks, you know.
You could take your time and grow to that because I tell people your annuity, when it comes to life after work,
Right.
it's not your be all end all. It's a way to supplement your income,
Correct.
right? Because when you retire, the only thing that changes is that you stop working,
Yeah.
Right.
That's the only thing that changes.
Yeah, but you're not stop living.
You're still living, right? You still have to pay your bills,
Yeah.
right? And the older we get, the more susceptible we become to illnesses,
Yeah.
right? So health issues might arise, right? Hopefully not on any
Correct.
of us here, right? But it might happen. And the way things going, medical care is becoming more and more expensive.
Yes,
Right?
yeah.
So you would need to buy your Panadol, your paracetamol,
Yeah, your tab, yeah.
this, your that, right?
Your
All the
Viagra.
drugs.
So you're gonna need funds.
Yeah, that is true. No, I like the conversation, and the reason why I really love the conversation. It give me a kind of feel good feeling because again, this is things that we don't hear much of, right? And there is a situation whereby now the smallest man with the lowest income could be able to start making investments early.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
So the question I was going to ask with why do you think annuities are misunderstood or even avoided by some people? Which kind of like you could let me see if you could able to link that to why we afraid of insurance.
Yeah. I think with insurance, with annuities, people tend to look at it as just another expense.
Okay.
Right?
Correct. Because I think was an annuity with before, and I am like, okay, so every month, and then making sure that you pay your annuity, yeah? And I am like, things keep coming up,
Yeah.
and you know you're setting aside
Yeah.
that 300 for your annuity, and things keep coming up, and it's like, okay, you have rent already, and you have whatever.
Yeah.
This 300 that going, so it's like, I ain't seen this doing nothing for me now. And some people, it's the patience, the process that they're not trusting, right? And it's like, as I say, it's another expense. You just put it on your budget, and it's like, your cost not that, and you're real grinding because it's not like you're putting it there and you're seeing any quick turnover or returns or anything happening from it. And in your mind, it's like, sometimes you might think, something could happen to me now, and that money don't go on there already.
Correct.
You know?
It's not. It's not. It's the thing is, the person that's going to feel it the most is going to be the older version of you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
There's a lady I was speaking to a couple
Your future you.
weeks ago, definitely. And she was saying, I wish I had this information when I was
Yeah.
younger because she's about to leave work in about the next 2 years or so.
Oh,
How much can you save
from now
within,
in the 2 years.
you know? And even if you have savings,
She might have a bulk save.
yeah, even if you have savings, if a medical issue arises, you have to deplete that to take care of
Exactly.
yourself.
Yeah.
Why not put something in place where that would pay you every single month, right? So
You see, it's the explanation.
Yeah. Let me
in
tell you
depth,
something.
And some people wouldn't
You-
necessarily ask the questions.
Correct.
They
No,
get the
yeah,
you have work to do, you know.
I
No, you
I
have
hear for it.
serious. No, I think it is because,
for it, yeah.
as my wife say, it's how we were scarred
Yeah,
by other insurance agents in giving the information.
yeah,
And it's until we start doing our own research we realize, but this could be an investment. You could actually get real money, tax-free money,
yep,
guaranteed money, right? In so many of these products that is available in these insurance companies.
yeah.
And we, because of the information coming to us, we're like, nah. It's like, it's like, well, when Jehovah's Witness come and knock on the door on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Before.
Funny enough, insurance agents get likened onto Jehovah's
No, the first thing you're looking for is your bedroom when you see a Jehovah's Witness by the
I
door.
literally had somebody ringing up my phone right trying to watch it phone. I was like, ignoring the call and it's an insurance agent. I say, oh gosh, boy. Jana, good night. We are talking about generational wealth. And right now we are talking about annuity. We have with us family member here, Mr. Justin Stewart. I don't know if you know him, right? But he's giving us some information. So feel free to listen in and ask your questions.
Right, we're talking about anonymity and so forth. Now, we're dealing with sustainability and purpose. And I love the word purpose because something in regards to where relationship is concerned, when you've been operating within a rule or a routine, you could get tired.
Yeah.
And this kind of links to the, as I said before, in generational wealth, dealing with information or dealing with knowledge and passing on the knowledge. So in other words now, I'm not just going to give you $1 million.
Yeah.
What you need to do with the $1 million is dust.
Correct.
Right?
Correct. Yeah.
So when it comes to purpose and your functioning in within purpose, then there is no tag.
Yeah.
Because there's only one thing or one question is, why am I doing this?
Correct. Yeah.
Right? And when you understand why you're doing it, then there is where you're gonna see the longevity of what this thing is concerned. So when Nats was saying that, or when she doing she budget at the time and she's seeing, okay, other payment and annuity, shocks. To take out that money, going back hungry, other pay rent, the thing, and they go cross out the annuity and put the money somewhere else. Guess what? They eat out the money.
Eat out your money.
Right? Now something, as they rightfully say, something come and happen to you now, you have nothing to fall back on.
Yeah.
Right? So when it comes to understanding what we're talking about, and I'm talking about people, talking to the people on the live, right? Understand why you are doing it. Hold fast to that, because let me tell you something. When we paying back the loans to the bank, we can't miss a month.
Yeah.
So this is money that you're paying back to yourself.
Right.
And you can't have the same discipline.
Yeah.
Well, that is what I need to understand. That is not to anybody else. That is for you. That is
for you.
yours.
Yeah.
That is for you.
But I think sometimes it's like getting it like when you think you need it and being able to get it too. Sometimes I think could be a frustration. But as I say, if you start earlier, as opposed to you have family, you have 6 children, and now you're thinking, okay, you're putting that 3 day, and then it's like some emergency or where you're going to eat. I mean, the $300, think about it, it may not be able to fix whatever the emergency is in the first place. So you still have to think about the long run and make it work.
You have to.
Hey.
Right? So the question I want to ask, what are the key signs someone should consider an annuity as part of their financial plan?
As part of their plan.
Yeah.
What was the question, sorry?
Right. What are the key signs someone should consider an annuity as part of their financial plan?
I'm going to say this big and bold. If you are a THA contract worker, you need an annuity. You need an annuity.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, if you are a contracted worker,
Yeah.
you need an annuity,
Okay.
right? Because you're not guaranteed a pension.
Yeah.
You are to take care of yourself.
You know,
That is facts,
wait,
eh?
wait, 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 wait. I'm glad you bring that up. You know, people don't believe that.
Yeah.
Is when I saw it was before, no lie, it was after COVID, and they came. I think it was on social media, and they was explaining about the pension. Your pension is not guaranteed.
Yeah, no, it's not.
The
It's not.
only
Yeah, when
person,
everybody think, yeah, when I don't work, I have my pension to
yeah,
come
No,
for me,
no.
yeah, I
yo,
go
that
live
is
on my
not mandatory.
pension.
No, no, no.
So you could work for 15 years,
Yeah.
25 years, 30 something years, however long years,
Yeah.
as a contract worker. You're not guaranteed to have a pension.
I'll tell you something that might shock a lot of people. Your gratuity is your pension.
You lie.
Yeah, but it's a one-time thing.
That's your payment there.
That's
what
it?
you do with that for. It's up to you.
Wow.
It's up to you.
So, all your dogging out, all your slaving out here.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
Jeez.
If you putting things in, no, that's just the THE person.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I like to choke them a little to wake them up, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, if you are somebody, for example, who come from a line of long livers, right? You need to be looking at a pension plan because it's in your blood to live long.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a person, take out a pension plan.
Yeah.
Right? Do something because you don't know how long you're going to live.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
You don't know how long you're going to live. And the last thing you want to do is, and I always say this, it's one thing to be young and broke, it's a whole other ball game to be old and have no money.
Exactly.
Yeah?
Exactly. That is so true.
Yeah.
No.
Now be a miserable person.
No,
Yeah.
you're gonna be grumpy.
No, for real, because think about it, how many people do you know that are working because they have to work? When I'm 65, 70, I want to work if I want
Boy,
to.
I want to resign at 50, and I ain't too far.
Right?
But sometimes you see some senior people just walking the road aimlessly,
Yeah.
and that could be part of the reason that they didn't secure themselves, so they kind of lost, and they probably didn't have family to assist them in no kind of way, or
I've spoken to a lot of them, and that's just it. They didn't have the information.
The information.
Yeah. They didn't have the
And as we was rightfully saying before, one of the problems that we have in our society is we tend to gatekeep
Yeah.
when coming to information.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciative of the children of the 80s and the 90s,
Yeah.
right? And early 2000. And why I appreciate that group of, or that era of people, because of the fact that we seeking for something different. And it's not that the information is new information. The information was already out there.
Yeah.
It's just that the information coming to us were kind of, broken up or tarnished
Yeah.
in a way that when we receive it with broken ears.
Yeah. Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because guess what? We mom, we father passing on broken stuff. We carrying broken stuff, and so we just transition
Again,
broken
bits and
things,
pieces
and we
of
trade in those
information.
things, whereby your family line now will become a habit
Yeah.
of living in poverty because of the fact that they decide to gatekeep.
Yeah.
So, in regards to dealing with with the financial plan, right, and dealing with the annuity, and I'm gonna reiterate, you could start as low. No, I just
Yeah.
saying you could start as low as $300
Yeah.
and do an investment, right? Especially to secure your future in regards to especially receiving a pension,
Yeah.
right? Again, you go always put up your number.
Yeah.
And in regards to people, think that we could do that, we could put your number on the screen. Send
just
him
give the
number.
number again.
Yeah, so we go leave the number on the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
So send the number for them, and we go put his number on the screen. So anytime they want to contact him, or they could contact him in regards to getting any information in regards to making an investment into your future.
Annuity.
Right? And even serve ask about the packet, the different products they have, the annuity, the whole life insurance, and so forth, the fixed we were saying the fixed variable and so forth. Right? Now, as we were talking about the annuity, right? How do annuities help with retirement planning? And I think that you might have think that, but
Yeah.
we could still
We could
expand on
touch
that a
it
little bit more.
Yeah.
right? How annuities help with retirement planning and managing longevity risk.
Longevity risk. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, it pays you a pension for the rest of your life.
Correct.
Right.
All right.
So it helps you to offset whatever medical costs. It helps you to pay your bills, to live as no. It supplements your income in retirement.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So if you have NIS to receive, you could have your pension to supplement that. Right. And it's usually calculated based on the person's last income.
Okay.
Right, and how much they are expected to receive, like the percentage, and then we would determine how we're going to offset that amount that you're going to lose when you retire.
Okay.
Right, usually. But some people might want a bigger pension, and
right.
You know, so it depends on the person as well.
Person. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the plans that people should put in place. Well, so we know retirement, right? Retirement. During retirement, it's safe to say that a person could go into whereby they could be able to while going towards retirement, and I'm talking about the products now within the insurance.
Yeah.
Right, the whole life insurance. So you could be able to do a whole life insurance and still do the pension.
Definitely. You could do. I know people with several different policies for different reasons, right? They would have whole life. They would have term life. They would have endowments that would pay out at a certain time. They would have their pension plan, critical illness plan,
right?
You know, but again, it depends on the pocket of the person. It also depends on the need of the person when we speak to them at that time.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
Because a young person with no kids might be more.
They could easily set aside $1,000 for about 2-3 different plans.
Or they're looking for things for themselves for now, right? So they would think about their pension for now. They would think about, okay, if I get sick now, so they look at the critical illness. They may not really look at life insurance, and then, so it really depends.
Depends. Okay. All right. So for the persons out there who tend to get confused about insurance, it's like picking apple from a tree, right? You don't have one apple on the tree, right? So think about it from that perspective, right? Right. When you pick the apple today, what you're picking for, right? You might pick to make gift, so you might care that for somebody else, right? You might care that for somebody else. No, that is where your whole life insurance is concerned, because you're catering for not just yourself, you're catering for your other people, which is your children and so forth, right? Then you have the other apples that you may pick on this day. You might pick now, okay, well, I feel hungry as a health. So you're picking now, you do a health insurance. So you pick because you're picking today because you're hungry. Right? So if you understand where I'm going with that, right? So by understanding that, again, it falls in play in regards to purpose. And I want all you to remember purpose. Right? Because you always have to ask yourself, why am I doing this? So just like I use the analogy for the tree or picking the apple from the tree, okay, why am I picking today? Right? You understand? So then now by you navigating or even thinking about that, or trying to even as I rightfully say, navigating through life, right? Understand what you need and then you go after that. You understand? You call my boy, and he go settle you up.
Yeah, and I tell my clients all the time, when something major happens in life, let me know. If you have a child, we need to think about that child now. Right? If you're getting married, the husband have, right? Because if he passes, you alone, you know. So so we need to continuously have, and I think this is where a lot of agents fail as well, right? They don't check in, they don't follow up, right? And that's very, very important. But it's also the client's business to make that call sometimes, right?
Nice. Right. What are the biggest advantages of annuities that people overlook?
The biggest advantage, income for life. I would always say that.
And they always look
something that pays you until you die. I mean, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I gonna feel good if I in my grave and I still collecting money.
and that is possible. That is possible because there are options where you could have the payments for. I think it's up to 15 years after your pass coming to your family.
The family. Okay. Whoa, and that's a lot. That's a lot. That's a lot. Right? What should a buyer beware of purchasing an annuity?
So I had to think about this question because annuities are pretty straightforward, right? Now, here in Trinidad and Tobago, we have registered annuities and we
Right.
have unregistered annuities.
Okay.
Right? So, one being attached to the Board of Inland Revenue,
Okay.
right? So you're able to claim back 25% of what you put into it every year. You're able to claim that back from them. Right?
This is
On
public.
your- I don't know how public it is, but some people know about it.
What?
Right? So you're able to claim back from it.
Right.
But it's also called a deferred tax annuity. So
Right.
they give you that 25% up front.
Uh-huh.
But when the policy when you reach 65, 70, whatever, they're going to take it back on the back end. So you're going to get the full 100% of your cash. But you're going to get some up front, then they're going to take back 25% in the end. So you get to actually enjoy the annuity while it's building.
When it's building.
Right?
Okay.
And then you have the one that's not with BIR. And that one is basically systematic saving. So you put it in and it grows. Put it in and it grows. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hidden fees.
Hidden fees.
'Cause when things start to sound too good.
Yeah. Somebody's asking you what insurance you're with.
Can I
Call
say-
him.
Can I say? Yeah, call me.
Call him. He no on the screen.
All right, so you could call
I
or
think I could
WhatsApp.
say,
Call him or WhatsApp.
The number is there.
He wanna be
and
safe. He wanna be
Yeah.
safe in regards to the company. Once you call him, he go tell you where he working for. You understand?
Yeah.
So most times you go in the bank, right? And this is our experience. And we quick to sign contract
Yeah.
and bind our life to some nonsense
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
and some
The fine prints for you.
exactly.
Yeah.
And and then when we realize, okay, with the bank you have some hidden fees. Now with the insurance, with the products that we will represent, the
Yeah.
whole life insurance, the annuity, the variable and so forth and whatnot, right? What is the hidden fees or the
think-
fees that go pop up?
I think everything is kind of listed, like when you do the quotation and stuff. Everything is usually there. Now, some people might skip over certain things. One thing that people tend to skip over is the surrender charges.
Okay.
So, if let's say you have the policy, you took out the policy. If you wanted to surrender it, like you come and you say, I don't want this policy again. If you do it in the first year, then 25% of what's on the plan will be taken back. If you do
Okay.
second year, 20%, then 15, 10, and then by the sixth year, you're free to take and do whatever you want.
Okay.
Do it
Okay.
again. If
So
I think
that fee that taken back is basically the fees that Ole would have put on it.
Not necessarily.
Not
Is think of it more as administrative fees.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Okay.
they would just sort of take back. Yeah.
Administrative fees.
Yeah. So like a penalty for ending it
Oh.
to
Oh.
abruptly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How is the payout from annuity calculated? And the factors influence the amount.
So the factors that influence the amount, well, age for sure would influence how long the money is building on the
Alright.
policy. Age would influence that. How much you're putting onto the policy. You may start with 500. You might increase it to 1,000. So that again would influence that. If you choose the option of having it, of wanting it to be paid out 5, 10, or 15 years, then that would influence it as well. If you just want to have it paid out until you die, you will get more, right? For that option. So those are the things that really, like I said, is pretty straightforward. Yeah.
Okay.
The interest rate as well. These are exposed to the interest rate market, so they tend
Okay.
to fluctuate. Right now, the company I'm with, and when you call me, you will know where. We guarantee you 1%. So even if we might project 2%, if the interest rate market takes a dip, then we still guarantee you 1%.
1%. Okay.
Right? There's no
Okay.
cap on what above is. If miraculously it goes to 100%, then all the money is yours.
All money is okay. Cool.
Can you borrow against your annuity, like use it as collateral?
No, not your annuity.
You
not
could
your
drag with the
You could do it with your life insurance.
your life insurance.
Yeah, your life insurance, not your annuity.
And what about the whole life insurance?
You could do it with the
You
whole
could do
life
the whole life
insurance,
insurance also. Hey, Ola, let me
Hope
tell you
that
something.
answers your question.
Right. One of the thing I try to advise Ola to do is going to the whole life insurance. No, the whole life insurance song real good to me.
Yeah.
And that's something that I intend to go in. Actually, right now we
Yeah.
check with the bank and we realize that we close to ending the loan. And I tell she here what, we go start you off
The whole-
first.
yeah.
You understand? Start you off first since that you have to pay less money. Right? You start start you off first and then we get our rolling.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something that and for those who wasn't on last week, just kind of reiterate or kind of tap back on the whole life insurance. What is the whole life insurance?
Yeah.
So your whole life insurance covers you from the day you take it out up until the age of 100.
Right.
You have an investment portion on it called guaranteed cash surrender values. And I stress on the
Pause.
Guaranteed
Guaranteed.
guaranteed
surrender.
cash surrender values.
Tax
Value.
free.
Tax-free money that builds on your policy
Jana, you hearing?
after a period of time.
Yeah.
Right? After a period of time, the period of time will be based on your age and also how much you're putting into the
Putting into
policy.
it. Okay.
Right? It's guaranteed because it's not, unlike the annuity, unlike the term insurance with savings and stuff, it's not exposed to the interest rate market. The actuaries would have built in the interest rate so that they determine how it grows.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
And
Okay.
you usually get not a statement, but on the quotation, you get to see how your money bills, when you break even, how much you're going to put into the policy. So, yeah.
Well, I need to get an app.
We do have an app.
Hey.
We do have an app. I can't say the name of the app because it has the company name.
Oh.
But we
So
do-
when you WhatsApp, you can
When
get
you
that
WhatsApp,
information.
okay. So all right. So as you talk about the app, so the app then now, if I take out a policy with you, I could able to track
to go on and see
and
your
track
policy.
my.
Yeah.
Okay,
correct.
that's
Yeah.
I like
Yeah,
that.
to see how much in.
Hey,
that's
no,
very first
honestly-
ministry, y'all.
Yeah, no, I love them things
Get with
because
the times.
actually I don't like to go and stand up in line.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
listen,
hate
I just
lines.
have to be the line man right
Yeah,
about
yeah,
now.
yeah.
I don't like to go in lines at
Yeah.
all. So
to pay premiums, all of that, you
Yeah.
could automate that from the
you could do that from
Very
the app.
nice, very
that we're
nice.
talking about. That we're
Yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
All right. So again, all I understand was the life insurance. No, the whole life
The
insurance.
whole life, yeah.
Now, understand something else. Added to the whole life insurance, which I like also, is the aspect of whereby, as you say, the guaranteed money, right? Tax-free money, right? What I love about it also is whereby that could actually pass on
From generation
to generation to generation. Now, this I would call it the Rockefeller system, right? Because this is what the Rockefellers use. This is how they pass on their wealth onto the next generation and so forth. So this is something that you could really truly look into. Now the other products sound very good, right? And honestly, as more money come into the pocket as a family, I figure this is something that I really want to secure my children.
Correct.
You understand?
Yeah.
I want to secure them to a point where they don't have to work for nobody. If they decide to, open a restaurant or wherever, they could be able to do that free without having to go to the bank for a loan or none of that stress. You understand? And able to give them the information. Now, the thing is now, and I want to go back a little bit, in regards to our society and dealing with the knowledge and gatekeeping.
Yeah.
These are things that we need to have in the schools.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember they used to have this thing. I can't remember in school where they used to have like, no carry day. I used to have a little book in infants, and the teacher used to teach you to save a saving money. Like them time the 25 cents and dollar and thing. I can't remember. I think it was an insurance not insurance.
Was a credit union.
A credit union.
Was it the Hindu credit union? Or
I don't know, no.
Credit union,
But
one of them.
I can't remember who was the credit union, but I remember
Yeah.
in primary school. We used to have that, and they could encourage you to save the 25 cents and the dollar, whatever the case may be, and whatnot. And that encouraged me most to save. Right? Now, that's something I used to call. My father never used to give me money like that.
Yeah.
You understand? Right? It's only my adult age my father decided to say, okay, well, here, have a car here. And they give me an old car. And that was to teach me a lesson.
Yeah.
Right? Because that old car, they used to break down.
Yeah.
And honestly, I really appreciate the lesson.
Yeah.
Because guess what? With the car breaking down, I know what to fix. You understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes, we parents may have a funny way of teaching us certain things, but the fundamentals of what we should pass so on is
That's
again,
Well,
they only could have give us what they know. You understand?
Yeah.
They only could have give us what you know.
And saying at the point
So-
in time, I'm sure you didn't realize that it was a lesson, but
blessing,
now you
yeah.
could look
True,
back
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
say,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the schooling, I figure this information and I say this to the individuals who dealing with, with who are in the education system, right? I would have done some research on China in regards to their educational system, and they were a part of the whole European idea of education and schooling.
Yeah.
And they realized, no, this would cause our citizens to end up being poor based on how the schooling is set up. Now, the same Rockefellers that I told you about, John D. Rockefeller, which is the king of the family, right? He's the originator. He was an entrepreneur. He was into oil. That was his business. That was the business, and he used to invest a lot into education.
Right.
The question you should ask now is why he was investing into education. Because the idea of the education system wasn't for people to be innovators, wasn't for people to be thinkers, wasn't for people to be entrepreneurs, was for people to be slaves. Because there's a statement that is said, I don't want a nation of thinkers. I want a nation of workers. So he was basically investing into the school system to gain on the back end or in the front end of when you come out of school to come and work for him.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
You mustn't complain. Come to the 8 to 4, do what you had to do, I pay you, and I'll go back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now we realize now in dealing with generational wealth, we realize that money is the byproduct of the idea. The idea is what makes the money.
Yeah.
Right? The idea that you take from your imagination, you know the thing that you imagine, that you want to do, and you take the idea from that, you see that idea, that is your money maker. You have to know how to develop that, you know how to expand on that, and then the byproduct come in. Because guess what? The money is not the foundation. People think how to get the money. No, you know what we're doing with the 8 to 4 based on the education system? You see how check this. You see how this thing cause a ripple effect, right? Is that it changed the from the education system trickling to the government, working for the THA. Because guess what we used to hear growing up? All they need to go on school, study a little book, and whatever the case, and get government work.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So we end up from by our parents, the information they pass on to us is they get your education, go and work for the government, enjoy your pension. There is no living there. Check it, people check it, there is no living there. So for your education now, right, based on the European system that we work, China decided to say, you know what, we're done with that. And they changed the whole education system. Now just see how China prospering.
Correct. Yeah.
Right now, China must see 10, 15 years in front of we.
For sure.
When coming to technology,
For sure.
when coming to the advancement of the country, of the nation. Look where they are. They're in other countries, building, sending back money back in. All right, cool. So we here, right? We here having this information now, and we want to build generational wealth. Guess what? We don't give a sip. We not gatekeeping. We learn or learn no. And this basically we want to start. We want to let people start sharing the information.
Yeah.
All right. So all the input. Where's all I want to talk about? I think I have some more questions. Let me see. All right. Right. Let me ask this question. Pros and cons. What are the biggest advantages? Oh, I said that already. I did that already. I did that already. I talked about that already. All right, I did that already. No,
We touched on all.
don't touch on most of them already. So customization and flexibility. Let me jump. Can annuities customize to fit different goals like legacy planning, healthcare needs, and income security?
Yeah, for sure. I think we touched on it too, right? But it depends on the person,
Right.
With insurance, with retirement, it depends on the person,
All right.
right? Can it, based on the person's goals, based on what they want to achieve when they get older, based on if they come from a family that struggles with their medication, right? With their health, sorry, right? And they need medication, then they need to put things in place to adjust for if that happens to them. Right?
Okay.
If they get diagnosed with something,
Mhm.
they need to put money in place for that,
Mhm.
right? It guarantees you. I would always say it guarantees you income for life,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Money doesn't buy you happiness, but you know, I think it's a verse one. Is it Jay-Z? Money can't buy you happiness, but happiness could buy you the latest thing that's in sale or something like that. Something like that.
think I know it
But
good.
it helps,
Yeah.
right? It helps.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
goes a long way. Preparing for your retirement, for your finances after you retire, it goes a very, very long.
Okay.
Makes a lot of sense.
Makes sense. Right. So if somebody, now we're dealing with strategy and advice. If somebody only has a modest amount
Yeah.
to invest, and I think we
And
touch
we
about the
talked last
$300, right? Is annuity still worth considering?
For sure.
Okay.
It is worth considering. Of course, we'll have to sit and discuss if it makes sense to do it now, if we need to cut spending somewhere. So we have to look at your budget, and then we determine if it makes
I
sense.
remember
for
we
you
were
now.
talking something like that last
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
Right. So now the reason why I ask the questions or asking the questions that we are asking the questions is for the persons whereby we try and follow to trust what we say, right? And it's not me and my wife saying it. We gain it from the sources, right? We gain from the, as they say, the horse mouth, the horse's mouth, right? Now, because of over a period of time, people would have been tarnished by, as we said before, insurance agents only looking for a buck or looking to supplement their earnings.
I think they're trying to
Yeah.
scam you.
Exactly. So you always have that as my wife said, that ideology that it's so coming to just take my money and thing. Right? No. If only watch how the world is going today, we see more and more. It may not be big in a big way, but we see more and more black owned businesses.
Yeah.
We're seeing more and more black our representation. We have been represented in the $1 billion.
Yeah.
You understand? We are represented in the $1 million. So by us wanting to have that more, it means that we have to put things in place. We may not experience it to the fullest based on this generation,
Yeah.
but at least our children could be able to say, "Hey, because my father, my mother put this in place,
Yeah.
I'm able to do this." And as we would have reiterated, I would reiterate that in giving them the tools, which is the information,
Yeah.
the know-how in regards to that, and then you then when you reach that era, expand on it.
Yeah.
You understand? So that is where education comes in, and as I
Yeah.
say, I really wish our ministry or division when coming to education could really revamp our education system, because there's a lot within our education system that causing us to end up still back into a pauper mindset.
Yeah.
You understand?
For sure.
A pauper mindset. No, yes, we would have benefit to some extent of the schooling, but guess I'm sorry to say this, but we had different teachers back then. Right? Sorry I'm not saying that they are no good teachers, no, but check the difference. If you make the comparison based on when we were in school, when we had I only remember him as Axback.
They're all Titus.
Right. When in my days in Methodist school,
Methodist, yeah.
teacher Veru, teacher Daya,
It's Virgil.
Ebenezer Methodist.
So,
You went Ebenezer?
yeah, Mr. Anderson, teacher.
You joking?
Mr. Joe Field.
You
The
free?
principal, yeah.
Joe, teach me.
Teacher Joe, yeah.
What
Joe
is
Field.
skin is
Yeah.
this? So you went after me then?
Yeah, more than likely. Yeah. I graduated there, 2006.
Oh no, yeah, you. Woo.
Yeah.
I out. I was
Yeah, you
way
were
out.
like 2002. or
Hey,
something.
only marking me age.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, but you at least I'm glad you experienced the teachers that I experienced also.
Yeah.
And they were real for that. They were even so when I went to Roxborough Sec, the teachers that were there, Miss Prescott, Miss John, Mr. James, God James,
Yeah.
oh gosh, Mr. Carrington, I got to call him by nickname.
Oh gosh.
Right? Those were the individuals that that were teachers. I'm not saying all they don't knock me. I'm appreciative of the teachers, but I realize now the teachers have to learn themselves to teach because of the curriculum that is set. Right? When sometimes our teachers used to be like, I see this happen already in real life. My teacher threw aside that curriculum. You understand? And she say, hey, no, I gonna teach all that. You understand?
Yeah.
So how many of these teachers today could say, okay, actually, what?
And yeah, you see, because
want the division
they have to go and
crucify you?
learn a curriculum, and when they come to teach,
Exactly.
they have to go by the curriculum, and the curriculum may not necessarily have what it is that is really necessary and pertinent as the information. So, an older, this is just my opinion, and an older or more senior teacher would, do something like that in terms of, trying to give you the information that you really need it more than what is just on the curriculum, right? And we have a lot of, I'm not bashing anybody, but you have a lot of younger teachers in the system right now, and they may definitely just want to go with what is set. But we had to look at that as well.
So that's what I'm saying. I see whereby we need to some changes if we have to pass on this knowledge, and it should start from the school setting. Let us teach our children to be respected citizens. We need to a lot more of that. Again, I do a lot of research. So when I see with the schools that I talk about in China, there are no janitors, there are no cooks. The children do their own meals. They clean their space. You understand? So when in our school, check the difference. And that is from preschool. Now check in our preschool, we have janitors. We have school feeding program. So guess what? We are catering to our children, so they open their mind to understanding that, okay, I can be catered to.
If I throw this here, I know the cleaner will come into
the cleaner. No, when they come out into society, guess what? You go and walk to your chair.
That speaks to generational wealth as well.
Exactly.
Right? Because you're building a society that cares for their space, that cares for the people
Your
around
mic on?
them. Yeah. Testing.
Yeah.
You hear me? Right. They're building a society that cares for their space. Even if you look at Japan for the World Cup in 2022, when the games were over, the Japanese people stayed and cleaned their space and even the spaces of the opponents.
Look at that.
That speaks to me of identity. Right? And that is when us as people, as parents, as children, when a child goes to school and he understands the concept of representing your family, you're going to do everything you can to ensure that my last name
lives on.
Not even just lives on, but it represents good values. I'm mannerly. All right? I'm always well dressed. I'm well kept. I'm well spoken.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think identity is something that we don't have. It's not something that has been ingrained into us.
Yeah, and you talk truth, because it's something that we battle with for years, right? And I know we're wrapping up right now, but and I know we're gonna continue next week, right? Because as I say, we keeping this conversation of generational wealth afloat, at least for a little while, so people could be able to get it, right? And for the persons on the live, I want all to be encouraged. Share the live, share this information. And even so, if you could contact our guy in regards to learning more about, securing yourself a policy. You understand? And guess, hear what? Take out the word policy, because like a lot of get scared of policy. Investment.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Investment. Because this is where you're going to be making, this is where you're going to be passing on, not just to your children, but you could be able to secure yourself to while you're living. Because one of the notions that was selling when you come into insurance is that when you're dead, you could pass on this third thing. And I was like, that used to throw me off. I'm like, so if I want to live today, I want to go on a cruise. I know, you could, wherever you're working for now, you could just buy a ticket and go on a cruise. But no, I want to know that I don't have to come back to an 8 to 4. You understand? I must know when I come off that cruise ship, I go home, me and my wife, all are good, them children good, all a nice thing, right? Nice, all are we going again. You understand? You know, so basically, what we're trying to do in regards to where this conversation is concerned, is basically, again, as I said before, we're not gatekeeping, and the program is we will give us it. So we're gonna tell you as it is, and all try, and not just try, do. You know, we're seeing how other countries are developing in regards to their identity, and we still struggling with we only in 2025.
Yep.
You understand? We, you know, I mean, there's one thing, as much as they would have bashed the past prime minister, I'm not talking about the month one, I'm talking about the one who actually was there for a good while, Dr. Keith Rowley. Our society have become a gimme society. As I tell you, watch from the school system. When you have school feeding coming to you, you have to now have when you have a janitor in the school, you don't have to do nothing more than sit down, play, and get teach and get taught. Or get schooling. You understand? And then when you come out into society, guess what happened? You learn the element, because guess what? You know what I tell the children they're going to learn is what you show them.
Correct.
So when they come out understanding that, okay, somebody does pick up after me, guess what? I could throw the garbage in the road. You understand? When you come out into society, the thing you go work, the same THA work. You're supposed to pick up work at 8 o'clock. You're reaching 9:30, some minutes to 10. Low productivity because you're supposed to reach at 8. Then you go for lunch at 11. When you come back, you chit chat with the sister next in your close cubicle, right? When you do decide to do some work now, because you realize now you're cutting close to home time, you do have 15 minutes, 15. I know. Let me tell you something. This is what I've seen. So guess what? We have a catered to society. So therefore, when elections come now, guess what? We voted as to what you could give me. You understand? That one have been, asking the question ever so often. What can you do for your country? And the best thing we can do right now for ourselves is basically passing on generational wealth.
Most definitely.
And with proper information.
Yes.
You understand? With proper information.
Just to add to that before we wrap up, do it as soon as you could. Right? You're hearing the information. The blood is now off our hands.
Exactly.
Correct.
I like what I like your free me there.
A year or so ago, I was speaking to a friend in like February, March, right? And I was telling him about the insurance and what's not. And he said, yeah, man, I'll come in and do it soon. I'll come in and do it soon. As soon as I clear off some things I got handle. I said, right, no problem, bro. Move as fast as you could. A guy, Mr. Len Phillips, he always tells me, take your time and hurry up.
Take your time and hurry up.
So I told him that. A couple months after he got into an accident, he didn't die. He could have died. If he died, he would have left behind a young, I think at that time he was about 1 year old, right? He was very, very young. And a girlfriend.
Wow.
I said, bro, listen, this could have been somebody else's family. Right? And the situation could have been bad if you weren't here anymore. Right? So, about a week or two after he contacted me, say, yeah, bro, it's time. So I just say that to say, we don't know what's going to happen when we step out the house in the morning. Right? You get the information now. If you need to ask questions, do it as soon as possible. Take action. That's my piece.
So, guys, it's really changing the mindset. So you may not have had the opportunity or the information in your time of growing up. But once you have children, once you have family, you have to think about them now. So the information that you have, do not withhold the information, but give the information, share the knowledge, share the information so that we could have something going. We have sustainability of generational wealth.
Big O Hippie say he's singing like God and life ish.
I laugh when she said that.
Yo, Kwazel is a former insurance agent.
Life ish.
Show me Mike. Show me Mike. I'll say without saying.
He show you the color. He show you the color. I wonder if she catch that. But yeah, so guys, hey, this is good information.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is good information. I ready to pump. I just want to get rid of them loans.
Yeah.
I just want, honestly, I telling my wife, imagine we come and we just talk with
Yeah,
business.
just today. Yeah.
I reached to the point whereby I sacrifice my fortnights. Right? Every time my fortnights come, it gone. And since I start working, I don't see my fortnight be. Because I want to get that done as fast as possible. Because I remember when I contact you, I say I'm trying to push this as hard as possible because the latter part of the year, I want to start.
Yeah.
You understand? Because we getting older.
Yes.
You understand? So I trying to get as much as I could able to benefit
Yeah.
before I reach 50. You understand? So guys, Pete, you could able to put the number on the screen? No? All right, cool. Small thing.
It was there before.
But
so
the number was there before, so
back
look,
on
we go
it.
back into the video.
Yeah.
And it's also on the chat, but you could mention
And it's
it
also
again
on the
if it's
chat.
okay.
Yeah. So take the number, take his information, and all your all you make a call today. We ain't talking in the morning. I'm going and see my wife now. So in the morning tomorrow from 9 o'clock till whenever, all you call the guy, and his name is Justin Stewart. Right?
As they've put it, the insurance specialist.
The insurance specialist.
Justin
right?
Stewart, 328-2989.
Nice. Repeat that.
That number again, Justin Stewart, insurance specialist. It's 328-2989.
Nice. So guys, all I get a number, all I start something.
Yes.
Let will protect with children. In fact, let will live. Right? Because my interest is I want money while I live in. Tax-free money too. Right? So guys, until next week, we're gonna come back again. We're talking about generational wealth. And all you come with questions. Right? Come with questions. Come with questions. Put all your questions out there. And we will try it as much. Even though he may not answer, we think he will take note of it, and then next week, the week after, we could be able to answer the questions.
Yeah.
So even if we had to turn our whole episode into just answering questions,
That's fine.
we got to do that, right?
Yeah.
So
knowledge is wealth.
Exactly. I love that. Knowledge is wealth.
Yeah.
So with that one, blessed love and light. This
Love
is
and
we
light. Don't give a
sip. Right. Till we meet again.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I think we are.
Be off?
Yeah.
Okay.